never thought I'd be doing a live video on this. I just saw a status by someone I know very well, and he was talking about rape victims, and he was saying that why don't rape victims get justice for themselves? Or why don't rape victims tell people what they went through? Well, let me tell you what, I didn't. I was 14 years old when my mom went to prison. 14 years old. I was supposed to go visit my aunt and uncle from the summer, and I was supposed to come back. I left out to Colorado June 8th of 2010. June 18th, I was in a rollover car accident so bad that I couldn't walk. I had broke 3 floating ribs in my back. And that's when it all started. My aunt couldn't walk. She had sliced her legs open after the impact. She flew out of the car. And she had gone back to the hospital about a week and a half after. And my uncle asked my aunt if he could take me to Chicago, because weed is legal out there, and he grew pot for himself. He was very sick. And she asked why he didn't want to take any of the kids, but he wanted to take me. That was when it all began. We drove out to Denver that first night, and I remember the whole entire ride. He was telling me that even as his niece, he had seen the clothes I wore, and he would always say that he liked my body better than my aunt's, and that he loved the shorts I wore because they were shorts. I was 14. The whole entire drive, I remember just thinking to myself, I've never had a dad. So, is this what dads do? Is this what father figures say to you? Is this normal? Is this right? I didn't know. It didn't feel right. It didn't feel okay. But I went on with it. I was scared, and I didn't want to say anything. I had a 2-hour drive, so I just let it be what it was. We drove all the way to Denver, and for the 2 hours that I was in the car, I heard him continuously tell me about how he wanted to touch me and how he wanted to violate me. Now, the status that I just seen says, you rape victims probably liked it, and that's why you never said anything. Well, screw you. Screw you, Drake. Because I didn't like that. I wasn't even being touched at this point. I was just being told that somebody wanted to violate me at 14 years old. 14 years old, and you think I liked that? Well, let's continue. So, as the story keeps going on, I was continuously molested by my uncle. As I slept in the same bed as my cousin, as I was in the same house as 3 of my cousins and my aunt, and nobody knew what was going on. I was scared and I was terrified. I was scared that I was going to destroy a family because of what was happening to me. That is not okay. Rape victims do not enjoy it, and I don't know about all, but I know what I went through, and I did not enjoy that. I was terrified. I was humiliated. I lost the one thing that I had, the one thing that made me dream, the one bit of happiness that I had, my innocence, my everything gone because of my uncle. My uncle, somebody that I trusted. I'm sorry, I can't even keep the camera straight. I am shaking. I am angry to see that somebody said that a rape victim would enjoy this, to say that we don't want justice for ourselves. I wanted justice. I had cried to my friends, Candy, Jalen, Claudia. I mean, there were so many people that I cried to and told about this. I had contacted my old choir teacher, Miss Callahan. I had done everything I thought I could do to make me feel safe, and nothing made me feel safe. He would take me on car rides because he knew I was wanting to get my license. And he would say, well, I need to go get some Coke and some cigarettes, so we need to go to the gas station. And when we'd go to the gas station, I was never safe. I can't tell you how many times I wanted to jump out of a moving car, and I wanted to walk home and just let somebody pick me up and take me and kill me. I can't tell you how many times I wanted to scream at him, "You're a child molester." I can't tell you how many times. I can't tell you how many times I wanted to kill myself because I knew it was my fault for wearing short shorts or for revealing tank top. I can't tell you how many times I wanted to take my own life just like my father did because it would have been the easy way out. But I didn't. My aunt would constantly tell me, God, you look so unhappy. You don't even look or act the same that you did when you first came here. I would always smile and I was always so happy. And she would be like, you're so weird, you know, you wear sweatpants and sweatshirts and socks throughout the house and it's summer. She would say, you don't even look comfortable. Why are you wearing all these clothes? Why are you so covered up? And I was terrified to take off my sweatshirt in my own house in Pueblo, Colorado, the armpit of Colorado, where it's either really hot or really cold. I was terrified of my own house. I was terrified to walk alone in my own house. This is a little graphic. I was scared to change my tampon in my house because I was scared he would see that and get turned on. This was something the real life victims face. And this is something I went through in my own home. So for you, Drake, to say, to be protected when you leave the house, so what do we do when we are in our house? How do we stay protected in our house? How do we stay protected from being raped in our own home? In front of our cousins on the same bed that we sleep in with our cousins? How do we do that? Because you seem to have all the answers and I don't. For all of my friends in Colorado that knew what I went through, I want to thank you so much. Elisa, Aaliyah, Kendra, Candy, Claudia, Jalen, every one of you were the reason why I am still here today. You guys had gotten me through so many terrible things. You guys were the people that talked to me. And Candy, I remember every day you telling me, speak up, Dreama, speak up. Candy, you always told me to speak up and I never did. And you knew why. You knew how terrified I was of him. But thank you. Thank you for never criticizing me and dehumanizing me. For not being able to look at this man and tell him that if he continued to rape me, I would go to the police. Because this man had attempted murder and attempted kidnapping and battery charges and so many other things. This man was a monster. He was more than a monster. He was somebody who should not be alive. I wish he was dead every single day of my life. I wish somebody would do to him exactly what he did to me. I wish somebody would do it 10 times worse, but that is because I am angry. I am so angry right now. Not because of this. I'm literally shaking. I can't even keep this camera still. I don't even know how to feel right now. To see somebody say, did you not report it because you liked it? Did you secretly have feelings for this person? Screw you. This was my uncle. The one uncle who I had went to about my dad, who would talk to me about my dad. I have lost trust for so many men in my life because of being raped by my uncle. I can't even have a serious relationship with people because I am scared to be hurt. I am scared to tell people the truth about what I have been through. This makes me so angry. This makes me livid. This makes me terrified. And when I became pregnant with a girl, I didn't want my child because I was terrified for my child. That nobody would see the signs like nobody's seen them with me. That nobody would see the pain in my daughter's eyes like nobody's seen in mine. Like everybody would think that my daughter was just angry just like they thought I was. Rape victims don't ask to be raped. Rape victims don't ask to go what they go through. Their clothes should not ever be a validation or a reason why you are raped. And if you were ever raped, God, I am so sorry for you. And I can never say you didn't deserve it enough. Drake, I will never accept your apology. Your apology means as much to me as the man who raped me for 1.5 years in his daughter's bed. Your apology means as much to me as his daughter's apology when she told me that I lied about it and that I wanted it. Because every day that it happened to me, I looked at my cousin and I thought of her as my best friend. And I said, God, if I don't protect myself, I'm going to protect her. Because I don't want her to grow up without a father like I did. I have never, in my 20 years, thought I would ever be this angry. And I am so angry. I am mortified. I am humiliated. Yes, I am humiliated. Because when I thought that the day came that I shared my story with people, I never thought it would be like this. I always thought that when I shared my story with kids, it would be in a school or a setting where I was really, really comfortable with wanting to share my story. This right here is not something I ever thought I would do. But now you guys all know my story. I was raped by my uncle in the same bed that my cousin slept in every night. I didn't have school on Fridays when my cousins did. My aunt was a tutor. She's a college student. She's amazing. Nobody was home. I watched gang members go in and out of this house with drugs, with so many things. I was terrified. I was scared for my life. I was scared for my cousins. I was scared for my girl cousin, because if he could do this to his niece, did he do this to his daughter? If he did this to me, did he do this to his other nieces?
But behind closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.